Hello and welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC! My name is Benny, that is Dan, that is Sal, and today we're going to be talking about Black Adam. Now this is going to be a full spoiler review. We're going to be discussing all the ins and outs of the movie and our opinions on the stuff. We're not really going to go from beat by beat because this movie, we'll get into that. But let's go over our initial non-spoiler opinion for those who care. I thought the movie was okay. I enjoyed the majority of it. I have some problems with it, but I thought overall, I thought it was a good movie and a good future for the DCEU. And I will say, as far as the post-credit scene go, I'm super excited about it. We won't talk about that, and we will talk about that today. And then we'll probably do another video about more of the, what does this mean?
Gotcha, yeah.
Dan, what are your thoughts on Black Adam?
I thought it was good. I think it wasn't like the best film, but it definitely wasn't one that I left going, wow, I just wasted a lot of money on movie tickets. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fine. You know, it's a movie that exists. That's all I can say about it. It's just, it happened, and, I've seen worse.
The issue with this is, and I think this is part of the problem, just like the Gotham Knights game, this is extremely divisive. I've seen I've seen people being like, oh, greatest movie ever. I hated the movie. I've seen a lot. I mean, even the reviews are back and forth. I mean, actually, let me see where they are now. Now it's Monday.
Yeah, I think it's 90% audience freshness rating.
Yeah, Monday now we're at critic review is at 30% and audience is at 90.
That's fair.
I feel like the divisiveness is entirely around what people want from their superhero films. And I feel like the people that enjoyed it are the ones that enjoy superheroes fighting, seeing just mega powerhouses go up against other people and being like, yes, this is what I want to see, the guy with lightning completely disintegrating an entire army and being super badass. And then the people that don't enjoy it are the ones that are like, no, I want more of a deep story behind why these heroes are doing these certain things. And
let's start there. I want to start there with that topic right there, because I will agree. I felt the story itself was a little light in this one.
Yeah.
Because it was
understatement.
Black Adam wakes up, Black Adam decimates, the JSA show up with almost no backstory at all, other than they've worked together before.
They just show up and they're like, we're here and we've always been here. Oh, okay.
That doesn't give me any
only
explanation.
two of them have always been here, and then we got two fresh guys that have never done anything before.
Nope.
Right. And it's like, how did you even find them? Oh, we're not going to go into that.
Who cares?
And then we go basically just fight with the only real story development is that Black Adam is hiding something and is not a true hero. We eventually get the reveal of what he's hiding, which is the son being killed by the which was a change to the comics, because in the comics it was Black Adam that killed his son to take the power.
I thought he was going to do that at first.
Yeah.
And I was
because
like,
he disagreed with what his son was
can't do
doing with the
that.
power, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then that turns out the whole thing was to bring back Sabak. That's why they all wanted the crown.
Right. Yep.
So he shows up, which brings back Black Adam, and plot resolved. Like, it wasn't that deep in terms of storytelling.
The movie is it is one fight scene interrupted by moments of dialogue.
And I think that's one of the things I enjoyed about it. The fight sequences are really crazy. Seeing Dr. Fate pull out all of his different stuff.
It was cool.
So, but what do we think about the story? Because I felt the story, I don't think it was non-existent. I feel it was really light. What I feel like is they told what needed to be told and then did not go into anything else, period.
Right. They give you, it is utilitarian at best.
Yeah.
Like, they know from focus groups that people aren't just going to watch, not everyone will watch a 90-minute long fight scene.
Right.
They know you need to care a little bit about the characters, but they also know that you care about The Rock before you even get in the theater, so we don't have to work on him.
So we can just have him appear, which he does, like in the first 10 minutes, I think.
Just all he has to do is show up and be awesome. Mission accomplished.
Right.
We've already got a 50% freshness rating. Now we need to introduce characters that he can fight, and obviously he can't be hurt or injured or feel any pain whatsoever throughout the movie. But we need to know that they can at least go toe to toe with him for a few minutes.
Right.
And then that's it. That's the fight.
I think overall the story when it comes to Black Adam is mostly non-existent. The story of the movie is the kid and the mother. Like, honestly, without those two characters, it is just the JSA fighting
100%.
Black Adam.
Black
That's
Adam's
it.
story is literally contained to 2 flashback sequences.
Yep.
And beyond that, we don't go into it at all. It's like, it's the story of the hero of Kahndaq, and he was a kid. And then we find out, oh no, this is the father. And then they changed the comic books because I feel like they didn't want to have him do the turn of killing his own kid. They're like, well, we got to make him somewhat redeemable for the sake of the movie. So the other guys kill the kid.
Yeah, that's it.
And then it's just fight sequence after fight sequence after fight sequence. Now, the JSA I found a bit weird. I liked Dr. Fate. I liked the different portrayal of Hawkman. In the defense of Hawkman, that guy is so confusing. He's the one superhero I've looked into and still can't tell you his history.
It's a mess, man. And the real problem is, like, you don't even know which I think this version is Space Alien. I think that's the plan.
Oh, because it's Thanagarian. And they said they
he's
specifically...
from Thanagar.
Yeah. No, I think this is supposed to be Space Alien. Yeah.
It's Qatar, not Carter.
Right.
Yeah.
Q-Tar. Yeah.
But we haven't. But here's the thing: they didn't go into that.
No.
They offhandedly explained that Dr. Fate controls Pierce Brosnan, but then he didn't even act possessed.
He takes that helmet off every chance he gets, which, by the way, is a staple for superhero movies, and also because we paid to get Pierce Brosnan in the movie, we're going to show his face as much as we can.
Right.
But also, we don't say Nabu, and like, that's it. Just fine. You know what? And by the way, no complaints. It's not a Dr. Fate movie. I'm fine.
No.
You know, whatever.
The Tornado, I think her name was, or Twister. What was
Cyclone?
it? Cyclone and Atom Smasher were. I liked their back and forths, but they felt the most just tacked on. Of like, well, we need 2 more people on the JSA.
We do. That's it, and they'd have to be kids, and that's fine.
We need some young members of the JSA. Because like their origins, I did like having Henry Winkler. Apparently, is the original Atom Smasher.
I know what. Yeah, but what's funny is they're also like, we can't do Alan Scott because that's Green Lantern, and that'll be too confusing. And we can't do Jay Garrick because that's the Flash, and that'll make people think of the Flash.
Which is weird that they chose to cut. Like, I think you could have gotten away with Alan Scott.
Yeah,
but yeah, Jay Garrick, you're right. Like, you can't throw him in there because they're pushing to the Flash thing right now. This is the weird part about this movie, because like everyone was asking me, what did you think about it? And like, I mean, how long are we into this? 7 minutes. We've discussed the story almost in full.
Right?
Like, it's
I mean, that's as long as the movie took to do the story.
That's right.
It pushes the plot forward just so we can get to the next fight sequence, which is then your usual superheroes disagreeing. They fight it out. They start destroying Kahndaq in the fight, which I thought was a great way to kind of look at what happened with Superman and Man of Steel, where they're like, you just destroyed our statue fighting this guy to save us from what?
Oh, no, like they want to tell a story about like they need to set up Kahndaq and they need to set up Black Adam because like Black Adam and Kahndaq are one, you know, they're intrinsically connected. And like every good Black Adam story or any Black Adam story is about him protecting his country. And it's like it's a fake country I got to make up. And so if we're going to do that and it's going to be like a Middle Eastern country, we have to also talk about like American imperialism, and so we're going to do that. And they do. And they touch on that a little bit, and they have the Justice Society show up as like the kind of like foreign kind of superpowers. You know, superpowers, get it? Showing up and doing their thing. And it's like, you know, the collateral damage and them not understanding the situation and never having involved themselves in it whatsoever. You know, like they do just enough. Like the movie is a fight scene. And they're like, but we know it needs to be a movie too. And so they do just enough to get you there. Like here are other characters. They're obviously going to fight him. That's done. And also here are characters who can't possibly fight him. Okay, and if you care enough, I guess we can put a little social commentary in there. Okay.
I mean, the case in point, the true big bad, Sabak.
Yeah.
When they decided to reveal that the guy that she went with was actually the traitor, and then we find out that he also is the descendant who wants the crown, I was like, it honestly just felt to be like someone in the writing room was like, all right, so we're not going to explain the villain. Let's just, what's the oh, he's the descendant of the king you fought before.
He says that. He's like, I'm the descendant. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and I know everything because it's passed down as a family trade secret. Ha ha ha.
And then like even his ultimate plan apparently was to sit on the throne. I at no point understood what that was supposed to accomplish.
Yeah.
Was that going to awaken hell? Was he supposed to be Trigon? Like because Sabak's in the comics.
Oh, I know. Sabak's real, and like, was that Trigon? Was that Blaze next to him? Like, that opened up a lot of questions about like the DC universe. Where I'm like, really? We're just gonna throw them in? I mean, like, why not? Black Adam threw in like Dr. Fate and the Lords of Order, and you know, Atom Smasher and his legacy, and the Thanagarians, and an entire race of beings. Like, sure, let's throw in hell and the demons too. Like, I guess we'll do that too.
It's
and
all
do
like
it.
lightly hinted at. Like,
Yeah.
By the way, this exists. Like, that's the biggest thing about Black Adam. It really does set up a new direction for the DCEU.
Yeah.
Because we've established all these sides of it
I
without
know.
diving into any of them. So you're just left with questions, and it doesn't
Yeah.
bog the movie down.
No,
Because they're just
no.
like, Thanagarians are real. Back to the fight. Demons are real. Back to the fight. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, I think they're like, we have to do this because, like, it's just what would be asked. Like, if he goes to hell, then we have to show hell. And if we have to show hell, I guess we'll show demons. And if we have to show demons, I guess, are there any in DC? There are? Okay, put those in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just enough to get the movie made.
Yeah.
Like, just no one there's like, oh man, I love Trigon, and I really, you gotta believe me, I really wanted to tease. Like, why is the JSA working with Amanda Waller? You know what I mean? Like, why? Because we want Amanda Waller in the movie. Like,
right. And then they also had, what's her name? Harcourt.
yeah, Harcourt.
She shows up with like just a comment. Like, what? So it is linked to everything else?
It is, yeah. I'm like, hey, Peacemaker, all right.
And the thing with the linking also didn't make much sense, that at no point did they reference that there were no other heroes on Earth that could do this.
No, they did that.
Like,
They just said that, like, they just weren't there.
No, the whole point was that the superheroes are saving the planet, and they reference Batman, Superman, all of them.
I remember them
None of them
referencing
has
it.
saved Kondak. That was the whole
Right.
point, which is the plot to Kondak. Like,
Yeah.
Kondak is a country that everyone stays out of for political reasons.
Right.
So they're never been saved by the superheroes.
Yeah.
Which is why they wanted Black Adam, which is why they stood for Black Adam, even though he's kind of a villain. They were like, no, he saved us. And that's how it is in the comics, too. That's how
Yes.
Black Adam has a nation.
Exactly. It's just like, yeah, he may be a villain for the rest of you, but, like, you know, in many ways, you villainized us too, so whatever, you know? Like, plus he protects us. He's the only one who cares.
Because they established that
And
they
he
sent
didn't
in
even
the
care,
JSA to battle against Black Adam. Now, what I found weird, and this is going to bring up the post-credit scene, apparently Waller also has connections to Superman.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
But didn't
is if
call
you've
him
got-
in until the end?
That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah, is like, if you've got that and you're literally going, oh, this guy's the most powerful person in existence, and if we don't stop him now, he's going to be unstoppable. We have access to the guy that could easily do this, but let's send in these nobodies.
Yeah, that's right. That's what, but because they didn't think about it. They're like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because the only thing we want to build up to is a fight between Superman and Black Adam.
So I didn't mind the movie. I don't
it's
think
fine.
this. Here's my problem with the movie. It's going to be just like Joss Whedon's Justice League. It's going to be just like I can't even remember the names of them. Wonder Woman 84. I'm gonna talk about it for a month. People who ask me about it, and then we're never gonna bring it up again. We're never gonna bring it up.
Please, The Rock's never going to let Black Adam be lost into obscurity.
Yeah, into obscurity. I you know, it's funny. I watched it with Tiffany, and she was like, you know, who's gonna be the next Dr. Fate? And I was like, I wouldn't worry about it. Like, I don't think-
Yeah.
like,
No, he said that The Rock said he's coming back. Fate will return.
no, I know, yeah, but obviously
it'll
because
be
like,
Khalid.
yeah, because Khalid has to be the next one, and it's like,
Yeah.
but it won't matter. It's not like they're gonna bring back Dr. Fate. Like, this movie is just like, okay, this movie exists, and like DC will screw it up and not do the JSA again. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
That kind of bothered me that we're not going to get the JSA again. You kind of set them up.
I mean,
without
like they
doing anything about
should.
them.
It'd be cool. You could do it. You could do a
Yeah.
JSA movie. I mean, I saw a lot of people on Twitter who were like, man, you should have made a JSA movie. And I'm like, yeah,
Well,
but they would never
here-
have made a JSA movie.
Here's the thing. I kind of felt this was a JSA movie,
It is.
and we just gave the origin to Black Adam.
Also, I think we're missing something. It's just the JS in this. At
Right?
no point do they actually say the Justice Society of America. It's always
No.
just, we're the Justice Society.
That's true. But
That's true.
I honestly felt like this was a Justice Society movie.
Yeah.
But they were like, we're not going to do their origins. We'll do Black Adam's origin. And then this is just... Because Hawkman and Dr. Fate were everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
they were all over this movie.
Oh, yeah,
Hawkman
no.
in particular.
Yeah.
They really wanted... You said it best. They're Black Panther. I was thinking Iron Man. Kind of a cross between the two, honestly. Like,
Yeah, but no, they're like, we want this to be Black Panther. I mean, he's got the special metal. He's got the interesting culture. He's got this future technology. He's got the armor. Like,
yeah.
we got
It's
our own
Black
Panther.
Panther with the Tony Stark attitude.
Now. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
Yeah.
So let's end this up by talking about that post-credit scene. It gives me hope that they're trying to reassemble things, but I'm still just as confused as I was before.
Oh, yeah, no.
As to what the hell is going on?
Nobody cares, and nobody's going to try to explain it to you, because Henry Cavill just came out. He was like, yeah, no, this is the beginning of a big new era for Superman. Like, Superman's coming back in a big bad way. I'm Superman for real. It's happening. We're doing this, and it's and so get used to more Superman. And yeah, like, dude, what? Like, because remember all the Flash stuff about how they're like, oh no, and at the end of the Flash, like, Superman's gone, Supergirl is here, and
that was all run by Walter Hamada, because he wanted to have the Black Superman, Supergirl as the Trinity, Batgirl was going to be the new Trinity.
Yep.
And, like, all of that seems to be out the window.
That is completely out the window, but like, you still made a $250 million movie with all that stuff in it.
Yeah. Well, apparently the reshoots is now Henry Cavill's going to show up and meet Supergirl.
Sure.
So you're not going to get rid of him. So,
all right.
Interesting. What if they change it by just having a new Dr. Fate? They make all of this take place before when Justice League would have happened. Fate's like, if Black Adam's a part of this, we can avoid this entire catastrophe, and then just change the timeline.
Yep. The Snyder Bros came out, and I'm getting tired of talking about them, so I'll just make this quick. But now they're mad at Henry Cavill, accusing him of killing the Snyderverse because he didn't want to wear the black suit in that.
The
cameo.
black suit in your fake movie that like only happened on that one app and isn't going to be part of the universe. Like, Flash is going to be a different actor, right? Like, because he might be going to jail.
Yeah. But yeah, I loved that portrayal of him. Natalie, this is the first post-credit scene she's been excited for since like early Avengers stuff, because she hasn't even been following since Endgame any of this stuff that's been going on.
I appreciate that he wanted to talk, that he wasn't just like, this is the first time I've seen Superman not glow eyes with like heat vision.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I'm going to kill you, because that's what I do in this universe. I murder.
Right. No, he just wants to chat it out. I liked that. I have hope. The suit looked great. The theme song kicked off. This whole movie,
but it wasn't the theme. It wasn't the Man of Steel theme.
No,
it was the John Williams theme.
But this movie just felt like how they should have done Amazing Spider-Man 2, because this movie set up so many possibilities, so many sequels, so many other things. But it was about Black Adam. We got his origin. We got his rise to power.
Oh yeah, no, it's undisputedly his movie.
Yeah, like it is a Black Adam movie. But they did a good job of setting up the DCEU properly to get me excited about it, as opposed to going, all right, you made another movie.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like the last three where it was like, that's a movie that exists. I mean, like, I felt like Black Adam was a movie that exists. It didn't do the things that I want movies to do, but because I don't care a lot about like fight scenes or when I go to the bathroom. I'm like, all right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Like, this is fine, and as a Black Adam movie, I'm like, this did everything I expected from a Dwayne Johnson Black Adam movie. So like, I don't begrudge it in any way. It's just like, but it did feel a little like, okay, like that. Oh, they're going with that line. All right, like that's an interesting. That's a one-dimensional way to look at it, but all right, fine. Like it's I and by the way, like I don't watch rock movies. Like I don't watch any. I've never seen any of the Fast and Furious.
I will say this: this is not a rock movie. He doesn't do his rockisms. No, he doesn't. So Rock has a lot of things he does in his movies that makes it so that he's just being The Rock. Right. And I watch all The Rock movies. Yeah. And he didn't do his eyebrow, his smirk, his one-liners. He didn't do any of that. The closest he got was the joke.
A couple smirks.
All of his movie. This whole movie is him saying a one-liner.
Well, I was gonna say he had the one catchphrase.
Not just the catchphrase, but
tell
like every
them
time.
I liked the Man in Black joke. Come on,
honestly,
he kept messing up when to say it.
I really liked the payoff. I was like, no, that's fun. All right,
yeah,
but
like he nuked a guy. Tell him the Man in Black sent you. No, you say it before you kill them.
I just loved when he throws the guy and he says it super quick. Tell him the Man in Black sent you.
I actually, you know what? We didn't talk about this. I liked the kid and the mom.
Because
like I like the mom. I don't want you teaching him violence. Oh, you want his father to teach him violence.
Right. Yeah, that was
No, he doesn't have a dad. Oh, then who will teach him violence?
Right. Yeah, that was fun. No, by the way, the mom and the kid, they did a nice job. Like they were good.
Yeah.
I liked the supporting cast of that because I felt like, and it wasn't what I expected, which was going to be the kid the whole time being like, no, don't kill. No, it was Hawkman being like, don't kill, man. What are you doing?
Yeah. Whenever they talk about that, it makes me like crazy because I really feel like whenever they do that, like especially in a DC movie where they're like, don't kill, it feels sarcastic.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it feels like The Boys. You know, I'm like, you already have a movie about like characters that like say that and are stupid. You know, like Hawkman looks like an idiot when he says like, "Hey, don't kill." You know, I'm wearing my crazy war suit, and you know, I'm in this it was war-torn country with all these dead people around me, and I'm like, dude, you just blew up like a building, like, you know. And it's like, that's
You're
for me.
working with Amanda Waller,
right? You're working directly with Amanda Waller. Like, what are you talking about, man? And it's like, all right, you know, like. That it feels hollow, like it feels sarcastic, you know, because like otherwise, you know, because if you connect this with like Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel, like guess what? No one's gonna say don't kill anybody because Batman and Superman already kill people all the time.
But I also liked Amon. I thought he was really good all the way up to his final speech. One that was 100% 80 yard, and I could tell straight off that they 80 yard his speech onto himself, which I was like, oh, it's so bad. Yeah. Two. Like everything was believable up until you're like, no, the 11-year-old kid is now going to rise all of Kahndaq to follow him and to go. No, now you're going a little overboard with it.
It was a little silly. I felt like Sabak looked like an action figure.
I think he does because he probably is.
I think that's probably for a reason.
I mean, he looked pretty accurate, but I'm just saying, like his CG was like, you know.
Yeah.
The CG wasn't bad. It had its moments, but it wasn't bad until he was on screen.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm like, okay. You know what? At least he's not, you know what? He's pretty accurate. Take it.
So, all right. We're going to close out our review here. I'm Benny. That is Dan. That is Sal. What is your opinions of Black Adam? Let us know down below. And we'll see you guys real soon right here at Absolutely Marvel and DC.